You know, Miss Tammy,
What?
this thing is telling me I'm live right here. So we're gonna find out. Oh, here comes the wind. Comes the wind. That's right. Well, I don't know if we got a signal out here worth anything or not, and I don't know even if we've got a signal. If you,
We're alive.
they're alive. If we can be heard because of the wind or not. But out here on a small bubbly lake, one of three that was out there, and I actually put Carpenter's Lake. Carpenter's Lake is the big lake, and it's over across the road over there. We're on Old Kingfisherman. That's what this one's called right here. And Tammy and I decided to come out on a windy, slightly chilly day. It was what, early 50s this morning, I believe it was, and it's supposed to eventually get up to about 72 degrees. We're crossing our fingers on that, hoping that will take place. But we've come out here. I've thrown out a couple of lines out here on a couple of my rods, the ones I call the twins. Miss Tammy's got a couple rigs out there. Using some chicken, flavored chicken, and Miss Tammy's using some night crawler right now, I believe, out here. And we're just going to give it a shot for about 1 hour. That's what we're trying to do. If the battery of my phone life stays that long, we're going to try and fish for about 1 hour out here in the wind from the bank today, and see if we can get hooked up on anything. Miss Tammy, we've been out here for a little bit. It took me forever to get my lines re-rigged how I wanted them for this leg, and Miss Tammy's been fishing for a little bit. No luck yet, but we're gonna go. We're gonna give it the old try there, and see if we can come up with anything today. We're off, and we're always off, but
Well,
she's
well,
off work, and we're gonna
you're off the rock.
off the rocker. Well, that may be true, but folks, I don't know if you can hear us over the wind or not. If somebody give us a like, thumbs up button here or something on there, and that would be great, because we can't tell if you can even hear us very well right now. A while ago you could.
I can. I'm
Okay.
hearing you right now.
Oh, listen to that. All right. Well, that's a good thing. So we've set up out here. It's a beautiful lake. It's not huge, but there's a lot of geese and stuff. Let me turn the camera around, y'all, and give you something to look at. Other than me, if I can do that real quick. And I don't know if y'all can see that over there. There are some geese out there swimming around right now. This is on the backside of, well, on my left from where I was sitting. So, out there, and there's some geese out there. There's actually some out here close to the bank right here as well. And there's two people out here fishing today. And like I said, there is what it's called Carpenter's Lake, and it's a big lake, and it's a great lake to take your boat onto. It's a pretty big lake, we'll say. And then you have this one right here, Old Kingfisherman, is the smallest of the three actually. And across the backside of the road from me is New Kingfisherman. Yes, Miss Tammy.
What's the requirement for putting your boat on Kingfisher or Carpenter?
Yeah, if you're putting your boat out here, it is electric motors only. There's no gas powered motors allowed out here. So you're either using that trolling motor, or you're paddling, or you're something. Now a lot of people come out here too and they'll use kayaks. So if you're into kayaking, especially the bigger Kingfisherman Lake out here is good, and definitely Carpenter's Lake out there is good for kayaking. Gives you a lot of room to run around, get your exercise in, and have some fun and look for some fish. So, but we're giving it a shot. Miss Tammy is being antisocial, y'all. Let me show y'all what's going on over here. If I can here. Look, Miss Tammy, say hi.
Hi, everyone.
There we go. Miss Tammy has her back to everyone,
I
and
have my back to the wind.
she's got her back to the wind. Of course, we got my rods out here, and the twins, what I like to call them, and she has hers placed over there somewhere. And like I said, we're just out here today, going to give it a shot. Let's see what happens, and we're going to hope for the best. We haven't done a lot of bank fishing this year. Uh, did we? I think what was it this year? We got night fishing one time
Yes.
from the bank. We did a night fishing trip one time this year from the bank. That was uh, not our best night fishing trip, but we had fun nevertheless, and that's the important thing, getting out and having fun. So uh, we try to always fit the fun part into it. But we love to get out and just be out in nature as well. Miss Tammy was talking to me today already about getting ready to gear up for deer hunting season.
Yes.
Miss Tammy likes to do her deer hunting, folks, and that was something I used to do years ago. And now I just like to enjoy eating the deer. So stay in from the cold and watch those football games, and then eat that summer sausage and what have you. Or what you made? What, chili?
I've made chili.
Deer chili.
Salisbury steak.
Salisbury steaks out of deer meat and all that.
Meatloaf.
Oh, she can, boy, she can cook it up. Yep, she can cook it up, and that's for sure. And but yeah, it's coming on that time of year for deer season. So I'm gonna try and have to fight with her to come out of the woods sometimes just to go fishing, y'all. So we'll see if we have any luck doing that, but we will see. Oh, I don't know if y'all heard that. We got the geese back here quick.
Those are ducks.
Oh, excuse me, the ducks. We have both ducks and geese out here, folks, and those actually are ducks over there right now. But the trees out here are starting to turn some colors. The ones back here are not really so much. I see a couple little patches, but over here I'm starting to see some yellow, some gold, some reddish colors coming through. And folks, it's not going to be long. It seems like this summer has just flown by, doesn't it, Tammy?
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, y'all, I'm just wanting you to know, while we do get a lot of equipment there at Academy Sports and Outdoors, Miss Tammy is not actually advertising for them at this point in time. I'm just saying, she just happens to be sitting in a chair from there. But that is not a shameless plug that she's doing with her back to the camera. She's just trying to stay out of the wind and get some sun on her back at the same time. Miss Tammy?
Maybe don't like to be very cold.
No, she doesn't like to be cold. She'll go out and deer hunt, but she doesn't like to be cold, y'all. Yeah.
I go out deer hunt. I've got layers.
I know you got layers, and you're prepared for that. Well, hopefully this sun will continue to warm things up out here a little bit today. Hey guys, I want to thank y'all for taking the time. Several of you have already started doing that now, and it's starting to really get kicked off and rolling here. And that's going to our community section on the main part of our YouTube channel. And that's awesome. We've got several polls on there. We got some pictures and different things on there that you guys are answering, and that helps us get to know you guys better and what y'all like and what you're into and what you're doing. One of the polls out there shows and stated, which I figured was obvious, that most of our viewers fish from the bank. Right? I mean, I grew up fishing from the bank, and I've done. Okay, calm down now. I'm trying to get some TV time there, y'all. Most of my fishing in my lifetime has been done from the bank. Especially, I did a lot of it when I was bass fishing in crappie fishing, but I did a ton of it growing up from the bank with my parents and my brothers, and so on and so forth. And later in life, I got a little boat at first, and was out for a while in it, and with a friend of mine, or even my children. And then I actually got rid of it. Was without a boat, what, for maybe a couple of years. And me and Miss Tammy happened to go fishing one day, and we drove by this this area, and there was a hill there, right there by the road, and sitting on top of it was a tractor for sale and a boat for sale. And I told Miss Tammy, I said, when we come back, I want to stop and I want to look at this boat. And so we went on down a little further and pulled in, and we fished from the bank that day. And I think we had fun. We probably caught some fish. Uh, and we just had a good time. And we came out, and Miss Tammy started heading a different direction home. And we'd like to do that at times, see different sights and travel around and just take the long way home or the scenic route sometime. And so she started going some opposite way. And I said, oh, wait, I was serious. I really want to go look at that boat. And so she turned the truck around, and we went back and went up there, and the man wasn't at home, but his wife was, and this sweet woman, and we started talking to her for a little bit, and then here comes the man up the road, and he had been out and running around doing something, and he was an older gentleman, and he was selling the boat because he's getting older and a little too big, and it was getting to be hard for him to get in and out of the boat, and it was making it dangerous, and it had his wife pretty scared and nervous about that. So he had a heart condition as well. Oh, they're carrying on and flying across the water over now. But we stopped and looked at the boat, talked to the individual, and ended up coming to an agreement on it. And I ended up buying that boat. We transformed that boat, didn't we, Miss Tammy? It's 100% different now. And named that boat what?
Driftwood.
Driftwood. And that's the boat you guys see us out in generally. Now, we have gone out a couple times in some rented boats. Geese come fly right over my head, y'all. Y'all behave yourself. I don't need a new do, so to speak. Uh, but yeah, that's where that boat came from. Just a trip out. The gentleman had happened to have that boat out there, and that's where we got it from. So, but we're fishing from the bank today. And just I'm getting back to my story about the community section here, Miss Tammy. I drifted off. You know how I do that.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. But the of course, the section in the community page lets us know that most of you guys do fish from the bank, and I will probably be trying to get some more of that in here. The water might come up on the rivers. I know the wind's going to be up a lot more, and that's going to push me off of the Ohio in my boat. I'm not I'm not going to be out there. We went out yesterday and looked at the water over there on the Ohio, and it looked to be like the ocean.
It had white caps.
It had a lot of white caps on it, and it's like, yeah, we ain't, we ain't doing that. We're not doing that today. No way. But and it's going to be that way at times a lot this year. The winds are going to be blowing in, and that water's going to get rough, and we're just not going to be able to get out there on the river. So I will be doing some more bank fishing for sure coming up soon, and then we're going to try and squeeze out there on the water, on the rivers and the lakes and things like that when we get the chance, over the next couple months or so. And I think last year we was fishing in November, right?
It was cold.
Yeah, a little bit. It was cold, and of course we were it may have been February or March of this year, and we were back on the Ohio at one point, and that was rather chilly too. When you've got that boat fired up, and you're going, especially into the wind, and it's blowing on your face, just hitting you right on. Yeah, that's cold. That wind brings tears to your eyes, and but once you got there and you got settled in, it wasn't as bad. You know, you got the sun shining. So, but we're going to try and fish the rivers and the lakes as we're going to push it as long as we can, for sure. We always do. We always do. But I hope you guys have had a very successful season fishing this year too, and possibly, hopefully, that one of the tips or techniques or two that we've put out there. Hopefully, that's maybe benefited you guys. If nothing else, then if you haven't found our channel educational, if at least you found it amusing, humorous, or entertaining, to say the least. Miss Tammy, when is that catfish conference coming up?
For Louisville.
One in Louisville. Now there's one in October coming up, and I think it may be. That may be 7th, 8th, or 9th, somewhere in that general vicinity, I think. Y'all have to look that up, because I am not one of their representatives, so on and so forth. But that is in Kansas City, Missouri. So if you're anywhere close to that general vicinity, you may want to check.
The one in Kansas City is Friday, October the 7th, and Saturday, October the 8th.
The 7th and the 8th of October. Yeah, I knew I was right around that time. And then we have the one coming up next year in the month of February in Louisville, Kentucky.
The conference in Louisville is February 24th and 25th.
24th and 25th of February, Louisville, Kentucky is the CatCon. So, yeah, I'm excited about that. We went last year, and we plan on being there this year. Last year was our first one of those, folks, and it was a lot of fun. Matter of fact, I bought both of those rods from there and one of the reels from there. And Miss Tammy, I think you picked up planer boards and some new line and some jigs and lures and things. And we just had a blast, y'all. And I've got to say, Mr. Stephen Douglas did a fantastic job. Him and all the people down there that put on that promotion and production, and all the vendors and so on and so forth. I've got to say, they did a wonderful, wonderful job, and it was a lot of fun. They gave out Golden Whisker Awards and stuff. It's something that's been going on for a while, a couple of years now or so in the catfishing industry, and those awards were given out on site. There was some speakers that they had there, and talking techniques and so on and so forth. So there was a lot of YouTube celebrities, not like us. There was actual famous ones there at the conference, and we got to see a few of those. And to be honest, we probably walked right past some of the real famous ones that we have yet to meet or come across. So we're hoping to meet more people out there, more YouTubers, and you guys, definitely people that are subscribing, watching our channel. We definitely hope that you guys can be out there during the conference, and maybe we'll get a chance to meet you as well. We're looking forward to it. It's very satisfying when you have people that watch your channel and they come up and let you know, hey, I watch your channel. And it's pretty cool. We've literally had that happen. We've been out on the lake. We were fishing one time, for instance. We were at the Kentucky Dam and had a gentleman come up and say, hey, I watch your shows. And we were, a couple of hours into, two and a half hours or so away from home, and this guy recognized us from our channel there, and said he was a viewer. So, if you're watching today, thanks. We appreciate that, and we hope you continue to watch. We do have a lot of fun doing this. It is a lot of work, but it's a lot of fun as well. And like I said, through our community page, that helps us get to know you guys better too. We love the comments you guys make on our videos and things as well. We appreciate that. We definitely appreciate the thumbs up. That helps to support the channel, and kicks in those algorithms on YouTube and helps to promote our channel when they see those thumbs up. That helps spread our channel over the YouTube universe there, or whatever. So
Trying to find out when Catfish Palooza is for Pigeon Forge.
now, Pigeon Forge, Tennessee, Catfish Palooza. Now that is run by different people.
And there's a Smoky Mountain Fishing Expo.
Yeah,
in Pigeon
the
Forge.
Catfish Palooza, Cat Palooza, I think it's called, Miss Tammy.
Okay.
Cat
well,
Palooza is in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee, and I think that was in July.
Well, there's a Smoky Mountain Fishing Expo at Pigeon Forge that is on February 3rd and 4th of 2023.
Okay. Now that's not specifically a catfishing event.
No.
That's just a fishing expo. So I'm sure you have a little bit of everything, but probably a lot of your bass fishermen out there at events like that's usually what they have. And that's that's fun too and educational. Most of us, and we haven't this year, but a lot of us are not just specifically into one type of fishing. I love to get out and just bluegill fish, or bluegill and crappie, whatever, if we can get into those. And I used to be totally into exclusively bass fishing at one time, and now, of course, we're heavy into the catfishing world, and enjoying that. But we like to get out, wet a line, and try and catch something else as well from time to time. So,
And at times that's pulling teeth with you because you want to dedicate to catfish.
well, yeah, we do want to obviously do that, because that's what a lot of our viewers are looking at and expecting. With the name, obviously, B&T Catfishing Adventures, you kind of expect that. But we do like to get out, and we've done other fishing on this channel as well over the last year. So let's see. Well, no, it won't be. This channel will be 2 years old, Miss Tammy, in March of next year. March 15th of 2023, the channel right here, y'all, will be 2 years old. Wow. It seems to me in some ways like it's much longer than that, and then in other ways it seems like it's less than that. So we're excited about the growth of the channel and where we're at. We're nearly already at 600 subscribers. We're getting close, Miss Tammy. We're getting close to 600 subscribers, and we've got about approximately almost now around 3,000 viewing hours, and about 67,000 views on our channel. So we're pretty pleased with that. We're growing steady, and when you dedicate your fishing to mostly just a particular type, or at least you're tagged with that, you're limiting yourself on your viewers, and it takes a while to find your audience, your people, that like to watch what you do. And so we're getting there at a they just can't interact with their subscribers. You guys try and talk to them and stuff, and now a lot of them are nice enough that they'll come back within the next day or so, and they'll give a thumbs up or a heart to your comment, and we try and get right on top of it. If you guys are commenting on some of our videos and stuff, then I mean, literally, there's been times within 2 to 3 minutes I have commented back, and I generally leave a comment, come back and give a comment. Do you have your knuckleheads you got to deal with sometimes? Every now and then. Yep, you do. And the biggest thing, I don't know how YouTube's got all this stuff, and they can catch this and they can catch that on your channels and this and that, but you've got all these bots and things on there that they'll pop porn links up on your sites, and you obviously got to get in there and remove things like that very, very quickly. And we definitely do that, and we get rid of the knuckleheads pretty quick too. And thankfully, we have not had any of that. We've had mostly good people coming in there and saying something. Miss Tammy?
Yes.
We just had a view and I missed it. When my camera set up here, I think, where we had a comment and I missed it. And I can't, the way my camera's set up right now, I can't see it. Miss Tammy might have to pull it up on her phone to view it. But we, like I said, we like the interaction with our audience for sure. And our community page, again, allows us to do that. You guys are answering those polls, and it gets us a better view of what you guys do.
Thank you for joining us, Lawrence McDonald, who is fishing right now in Beach Grove, Kentucky.
Beach Grove, Kentucky, Mr. Lawrence, right?
Yes.
Wow. All right, Beach Grove, Kentucky. Thumbs up right there.
Catfish Matt.
Catfish Matt. Y'all check Catfish Matt out.
Mac.
Mac? Catfish. Oh, let me correct that. It's Catfish Mac in Beach Grove, Kentucky. I hope he's having a little less wind and more luck than we're having right now, Miss Tammy.
Me too.
Yeah, because this wind is just blowing us all over the place. Comes some geese flying in right now. Y'all, this is, if I wasn't such, so lazy and I was a better cameraman, I might be getting y'all some of them views like that. But it's tough. It's tough to do. But also, if I turn my camera that way, it's going to. If I move it much from where it is, it's going to pick up a lot of wind noise. Right now I've got something up there to try and baffle that wind a little bit, the best I can. And I've got to admit, it was a second thought today coming to the lake, and I had to just put something up, on the quick at the minute, come up with something and slide it on there, and that's what we did. And I hope it's working. I hope you guys can hear us okay. And, but the wind is still here. The temperature is starting to come up, I believe, Miss Tammy.
It's a little bit more.
It's starting to be a little warmer out here, I feel like, and it's making it a little bit more comfortable. I might get to slide this jacket off here in a minute and get down to the short sleeves. I know they want to see that. Well, all right, maybe not. This Tammy's using the old bobber method out there. Those old plastic red and white bobbers, right? How many of y'all bought one of those in your lifetime? Boy, used a lot of those things in my day. Those little things, no telling how much money has been made off those little plastic red and white bobbers. No telling. I'll tell you what, I could sure use that money in my account. That's for sure. Oh, Miss Tammy, there's buzzards flying over now. I don't know.
They think you're meat.
All right, that's a little concerning. I'm not dead yet. Hopefully, it's going to be a little longer. Yeah,
That one poor goose decided it did not want to fly with the rest.
yeah. I'm just going to set it out here. He's calling to the rest of them. Said, "Y'all come to me. I'm not going to you." That's my kind of goose right there.
That's a lazy
He
goose.
said, "I'm going to do it my way." That's right. Mm-mm-mm. I'm going to do it my way. Yep, he's just out enjoying the water here. And I'm gonna try and turn this around. Maybe you can see the one lazy goose out there. There's some a down tree over there. There's also um, the leaves changing colors and so on and so forth. So we're gonna try and do this. And bear with me for a second here. And I'm gonna flip this part around. All right. And I don't know if you can see that goose or not. But there you go. That's just part of this lake, y'all. And again, it's not huge, but it is very pretty and it's very well maintained. We pulled up here, and Kentucky Fish and Wildlife, they actually maintain this grounds here, and they work on cutting the grass and so on and so forth here. And they do a good job of keeping this place clean. Uh, you know, throughout the year. It's a very, very good place to come to hang out and so on. Our goose is done heading over this way, y'all. He's done head that way. I think he's camera shy, y'all. And there's some houses all around these lakes out here too, folks. It'd be a beautiful place to have a house out here. For a minute, Miss Tammy got to see Mr. Mack's channel there, or made a comment again, I think. And again, with the sun glare out here and the way my camera's set up, I'm having trouble seeing comments. But keep them rolling. Miss Tammy can check on them for us on her phone. Let's see here. Now, this rod holder right here I've got, y'all, the twins sitting on. I call them the twins, and let me go ahead and I'll break that down for you. Those are catch the fever rods, okay? They're the big cat fever rods, and catch the fever rods are really, really good. I think that particular rod has caught the record catfish in the state of South Carolina, I believe. That identical rod right there. That is a medium heavy rod. It's let's see, 7'6" tall, and it's a medium heavy action. Now those are the Abu Garcia 7000s on there, and I really like those. But those are the twins. And but that's not even what I was trying to get to. What I'm trying to get to is the rod holder for you bank fishermen over here. I got that one. Oh, where was that? It wasn't. It was a Bass Pro, wasn't it? Or no, it was Gander Mountain, wasn't it?
What?
Which one's in Bowling Green, Kentucky?
Cabela.
Oh, Cabela's. Yeah. All right, Cabela. We went there, and that is where I ended up picking up that particular rod holder. Now, that rod holder can actually hold 3 rods on that one versus packing like I've done before and still known to do from time to time, and packing 6 and 7, 8 daggone different individual rod holders and clanking around down the bank, dropping them, bending over and having to pick them back up and so on. To go down and fish the river, especially if we're night fishing or something. We load that bank up with rods, don't we, Miss Tammy? Just all the way down through there, y'all. There's nothing but rods, and we just have a blast. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of work to get out there and get it set up, but it's a lot of fun, and it can be. But that hey y'all, that's what kicked off Miss Tammy on the whole gar situation, right, Miss Tammy?
Tammy caught my first.
Miss Tammy caught her very first gar, which she said, "I want to catch one." Right? Well, be careful what you wish for. Sometimes she caught that first gar, and it was a decent sized gar. I mean, it was probably 20 something inches long, and she caught that first gar down there night fishing on the Ohio River, and it was on from then. She became the gar queen, as many of y'all know, and she catches some gars. And it was just last year she caught a trophy gar. Our state allows you to have trophy fish, what they call trophy fish. So if they measure a certain length in your state, then you are eligible and will receive a pin, an award from the Kentucky Department of Fish and Wildlife. And Miss Tammy won one of those awards. So that was pretty cool. That was pretty cool. But from then on, she was catching gars, y'all. She was on the gars.
Now I'd like to catch some more of those pins, but I've got to
Yeah.
get you to break loose from catfishing.
Well, we've got to do everything, and we need some catfishing pins too. Uh, that's for sure. I mean, I wish that one I caught on a jug the other day had been on a rod, because then he would have qualified easily for a pin. Uh, and that was heartbreaking on that one fish. I've got to tell you, I caught him at the wrong time of day, y'all. If I caught that fish later in the afternoon, I would have been in good shape, because his next meal could have easily been a 2.5 pounds. And if he caught or ate a 2.5 pound fish, then that catfish would have been a 30 pound fish. 27.5 pounds is what he weighed in the early morning times. So if he had gone through all his eating through the day and I caught him later in the day, well, I would have had me a 30 pound fish. But there you go. It is what it is. But yeah, it's starting to get pretty out here, y'all, with the leaves changing. Miss Tammy, did you see these back here across the road?
Yes, I did.
Yeah. It's starting to get pretty. I like it.
Well, Brad, we're not having any luck.
We're not at the moment.
These fish just do not want to play with us today.
That's the way it is sometimes, as you know. But we had that. It was a. We've been getting into mostly the 60s at nights, right?
Yeah, 50s, 60s.
And just barely into the 50s. And I think last night it dropped down. It dropped down pretty good. Today is supposed to be, today is less temperature than we've had in a while for the high. Today's high down here is supposed to be about 72 degrees, 73.
71.
Is that now what it's saying? It's going to be
Yes.
71?
And it's going to drop down to 39 tonight.
It's going to drop all the way down to 39 tonight. We got a front pushing in. And tomorrow's high, I think, is only going to be about 68 degrees.
Right around that, yes.
So we've got the weather changing on us, y'all. We got the weather changing. It's against us. And y'all know how that can affect your fishing. So, but you know what? You just keep them rods out. Sooner or later, you're going to get a fish. You're going to hook up. And that's what it's all about. It doesn't care. It doesn't matter what time of year it is. You can't catch fish if your bait and your hooks are not in the water. You're just not going to catch fish. It's not happening. So you just got to put time out. I don't care whether you're on a bank or you're in a boat. Now, a boat, you got access to more areas and you maybe some more opportunities that way. But if you're not fishing, you're not going to catch. Simple as that. You've got to have those baits in the water, folks. That's the only way to do it. And the slight temperature change, once it steadies and levels out a bit, the catfish bite is going to be on. We know the crappie bite is going to be back on too, real good. That's going to be kicking back in. And a lot of you guys are looking for that much colder weather and the sauger hit. And now that is something that I never really did was fishing for sauger. And it's supposed to be great eating fish, but that's cold. They're out there in the cold weather. And a lot of those guys are right up there by the dam, in those boats. And I'm like, and that water's churning, it's windy, it's rough, it's cold. I'm like, that don't look like a lot of fun to me. When it's like that. Like Miss Tammy, I don't like to get cold. It's not fun. I can deal with that heat because I can strip off them layers, and in the summertime we can get in the river. We can get in the river if we need to. But yep, I will take the warm weather over the cold anytime. And we didn't even swim in the river or the lakes that much this year either, Tammy.
No.
We did not. Last year we burned it up. We were in the water a lot, y'all. We'd pull up to one of these islands on the Ohio, and we'd put the rods in the rod holders, and we would just get out there and strip down basically, and boom, get in the water. We had our own beach. If it was during a weekday, that what is a weekend party island, which is packed with people. But during the week, that was our island. We could just go down there just about any day during the day, and we could fish and just swim around or float out there, and sometimes take the dog or whatever, and just have a blast out there, have our own island, lay out and get a little tan, all while we were fishing. We just had a blast doing that.
We took my dog out there
Once this year, yeah.
She's mad at us.
Yeah, she became a boat dog. She got to go last year, and she got to go this year once, and that's it. But yeah, she was a little skeptical about it first time for a little bit, and then caught on to it really quick, and then seemed like she wanted to go. She saw that boat being hooked up to the truck. She was like excited and wanted to go, and then she didn't get to go. And then we took her again this year, and again she was a little, I don't know, little nervous, but caught back onto it real quick. Had fun playing in the water, and this is dog can't.
Yeah, that's kind of funny for a dog that does not like to take a bath.
That's right. I was just gonna say that she cannot stand to take a bath. Cannot stand to take a bath.
She has to be cornered. She has to be hog-tied. She has to be picked up.
Yeah. You gotta wrangle her and throw her in.
And she's not easy to do. She's about 85 pounds.
Yeah, she's a lab, y'all, and she, if you hadn't seen her, and but she likes the river. If you can get her out there on the river, where she can take her time, go in when she wants to, and all that. As long as she's in control of it, then she enjoys doing that. That is fun for her, and us too. I like to see them out there enjoying the water, especially a lab. I've had several labs. One of them lived 17 years, and then I had a mixed lab that was 16 years. And boy, you talking about dogs that love the water, and I love seeing them out there, swimming, or if they're fetching something out of the water for you. Man, that's a blast. That's a lot of fun. But anytime we can get in the outdoors and have fun like that, that's what it's about. That's what we like right there. How about anybody else out there watching today? Are you fishing today? Have you fished this week? Let us know how you did. How's the fishing in your area, and what have you been fishing for? Have you been out after those cats, or maybe bass fishing, or maybe you've already started hitting those crappie? Uh, Let us know what you're out there fishing for. We'd like to hear it. Definitely like to know. Well, I thought I had a little tippy tap on the rod for a minute, but it may have just been the wind. And that's a bad thing about the wind out here like that, y'all. You could sometimes be getting bites and you don't even know.
I think they're just not interested today.
Well, that front,
They
that
probably drove them to
that
the bottom.
cold could have shut them down a little bit. He could have, but like I say, you never know. You get out there and you give it a try.
Lacey just went across the lake to
One of the little islands.
climbed up on it and laid down went to sleep.
Told you it was my kind of goose. Done found him a spot to lay down and take a nap. So Miss Tammy, you're getting your table ready at your house, right? For maybe some jigs. She was started in on that last year a little bit. It was, and
Actually, just this year.
early this year. That's right. Very early this year. That's right. That she started looking into doing and maybe tying, making her own jigs up. And she got some equipment and she's getting her table ready. She made a few little jigs, first trial jigs and stuff, and some of those came out pretty nice. And she's getting her little room off of her bedroom all set up with the table in there so she can get everything properly laid out and make some of these jigs up here for long. And that'll be good because before you know it, we're going to need to be skipjack fishing again before you know
I
it.
know.
It'll be here like that.
That crappie and
Oh, yeah. Yeah, and those jigs would be perfect. Perfect for that. So, looking forward to that. I want to see what she comes up with. And she does. If she makes some more jigs coming up here before long, or in the future, we'll take some pictures of it, and maybe we'll put those on our community section page, and show you kind of what she's been into, what she's making up, and so on and so forth. As far as jigs. I still don't know if
still no bite.
you still not got any bites either.
No.
Like I said, I don't know if I got that one while ago or not, but I haven't seen it hitting again. Now I will say my drag is loosened way up on this, folks, and I am running a Santee Cooper rig on here. Now I do have my clicker on as well, and but my drag is set very, very light. Now we're looking at possibly, 1.5, 2, 3 pound channel cats. Basically, is what we're looking at down here.
Mhm.
But there could be some nice ones also down here. You could have your 12 pounder down here even. So uh, we just got those lines out and the fingers crossed, and that's what we're looking for. But on this windy day, and after that front coming through, we just it is what it is. We're just out uh, getting some sun more than anything right now. Wind and sun. But you know what, Miss Tina? I
It's
don't
been
know about you.
it's been almost an hour.
This is coming off right here. I tied myself in there. I can't get out, y'all. Right there. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Feels better. Look, that was starting to get warm. It was starting to get warm. Now I'm seeing a few little bait fish out there jump every now and then. Little minnows, little bluegills. Y'all, they redid this lake. These two lakes actually, probably about, I don't know, time flies anymore. Probably about 7 years ago. There used to be a huge tree down over there, and we used to fish that for bluegill and crappie, but we would also fish for bass over there. And then there was an area over here I used to fish on this side. But the one time I was out here and I was fishing with Popeyes, little black Popeyes, uh, well, little black and white, and Popeyes. And I was fishing around that big old down tree over there. And I'll be darned if I didn't come across, I guess that day, probably three uh, nice channel cats. And those, they all three were probably right around the 2 pound range. And then I went over there. I thought, that's the darndest thing. And I come over here again with the little old Popeye and started jigging around fishing over here. And I ended up catching another one. And he may have been a little less. He may have been a pound, pound and a half or whatever. And I started in, and I was kind of like, do I want to keep fish? Do I not want to keep fish? And do I want to go ahead and just let these go? And then I saw some people over here, and heard this guy screaming at the other one. And it's like, you lost our fish. He had one of those nets, or one of those baskets, Miss Tammy, and it had the little floaty type thing in the bottom or whatever. And the thing had come and got hung open, and the man had a pretty good sized catfish. Well, it got out and swam away. Well, these guys had been trying to catch fish to take home. So I went over and I said, you guys want some fish? And they said, absolutely. And so I gave that group of people some fish. And I came out a few days later. I thought, I had so much fun catching those catfish on those Popeyes. I'm gonna try it again. Well, I come out here again, Miss Tammy, and I go back over the same spot. Well, I caught some more fish, and then I went over here and I caught one more on that day. And I caught I think I only caught about 3 fish that day. But one of them was about 3 pounds, and the other one was about the size of the other ones that I had been catching. Well, I start coming back in, and I'll be darned if there wasn't this dude up there, and it happened to be the same guy that I had given fish to. Now, I forgot to say, actually, we caught 3 fish that day. My daughter was with me that day, and we had caught those fish. She had caught one, I had caught the other. We come in, we go to give those guys the fish, and they said, yeah, he said he wanted it. So I went on and gave him the fish. And, they hadn't even put in the water yet. Well, me and my daughter get the boat loaded up. We get in the truck and we start heading home. And my daughter says, "You know what? Those guys don't need to fish. They just need to show up when you're down here fishing, and they can go home with fish." And I was like, "Yep, you are right. You are right." But I've had a lot of fun down here over the years. Anyway, folks, we are going to get off here. It looks like my phone doesn't have that much battery life left, but we're right close to around that hour time anyway. We wanted to come on here today. So I think I judged that about right with my phone there about how much time we might have today. Uh, we're going to keep trying it here for just a little bit, but we're gonna say goodbye to you folks. Thank you for stopping in and joining us. We appreciate that. We appreciate all the support that we get from you guys on our channel, and it means the world to us. We just have a great time getting out here and doing that. Uh, and we like to go or try to go live from time to time. We've done it rarely, but we do enjoy it when we get the opportunity. And that might be something we get to do here in the future. Hopefully, when the bite starts picking back up. But sometimes going live is the kiss of death on a fishing show. So, anyway, Miss Tammy,
Yes.
tell them bye. We're gonna get them on out of here.
Until next time, everyone, tight lines, stay safe. We'll see you later.
All right, you guys take care. We have had fun, and we will see you soon.